Hello everyone, and welcome back to my Let's Play of Final Fantasy XIV, A Realm Reborn. And this is not going to be a dungeon run for once. This is going to be a day in the life of Final Fantasy XIV. So for those who have never played the game, you go, well, I've seen dungeons. I want to see what the rest of the gameplay is like. What's the overworld gameplay like? The questing, the unlocking different dungeons. Besides, I guess technically I've shown unlocking other dungeons, but not the full process usually, because some of them can take quite a long quest chain. And get used to it. Quest chains are a thing of MMORPGs. Doesn't matter if you're playing World of Warcraft, if you're playing Final Fantasy XIV. Ion, I remember, had quest chains. Every MMORPG has quest chains. So get used to it. Most of the time is going to be, go talk to this person. Okay, now go talk to this person. Okay, now go kill something. Okay, now go click something, and then come back. That's the vague, simplest way of wording it. It might sound really boring when you word it like that, but as long as you actually try and get into the lore of what you're doing, it's not that bad. But if you're one of those nitpicky people, well, then you're probably not going to like it too much, but you probably won't like the MMORPG genre too much if you don't like that stuff, so I don't know what to tell you. This whole video is basically going to be me talking over some gameplay because I am not doing this live. In the future, I probably should do things like this live so I can get practice, doing live commentary, because I'm imagining live commentary is probably a bit more exciting than post commentary. And this is all my archer, as you see, because I want to level up my archer at the same time as my monk. The reasons are, well, my monk and archer share the same type of gear. They're both disciples of war. They both need basically the same thing. They both have, the gear has strength and dexterity, so it works for both. And I want a ranged and a melee DPS, and magic is just not my bag. So archer or machinist it is, and since I don't have access to machinist yet, hello archer, bard. That and bard kind of synergizes well with what kind of stuff I like doing in game. I like doing some damage, but I also like helping my fellow party members by restoring TP, MP. I don't think I had to get off my chocobo there. But you get what I'm saying here. I do like a support role, while also having a main DPS role like the monk or pugilist. So that's my plans. I'm also trying to level up a lancer, but gosh, I don't like the lancer so far. It's probably because it's a low-level lancer, but I don't know, the playstyle, I like faster numbers. And I don't think the Lancer ever really gets faster numbers. I'm pretty sure the name of their game's Slow Big Crits. Which just to me does not sound like something that'd be very good for PvE or player versus environment. But it is. I mean, from what I understand, Dragoons right now, as of 3.0, so I don't know what patch this is. I know it's Heaven's Word, and from what I understand, Dragoons are actually top DPS right now. And good for them. Every job deserves some time in the sun. After being called LOL Dragoons for so long. It's all going off hearsay from Reddit. Okay, I don't want to... Someone's going to say you're wrong. I probably am. Okay, I'm just trying to make an educated guess from what I've researched. Tried to not go in the game ignorant. That's ignorant. No, don't do that. Well, actually, you can do that. I don't want to do that. But yes, Dragoons are actually in a pretty good spot from what I hear. Monks are not in a terrible spot either, so... I'm still trying to find my place in the Orzhov, whether I want to be a monk, whether I want to be a bard, maybe a mix of the two, maybe I want to have both. And whenever I decide to make a mage, or a healer, I'll probably end up being a white mage, because Scholar just does... I'm not good with micromanagement. And from what I understand, if you don't micromanage your pet, you're going to be like a subpar... Oh god, this thing. Yeah. You're gonna be a subpar healer if you keep your Fairy sick. So I'm like, I'd rather just be a simpler class than be a bad scholar. That's my theory. That's the way I look at it. I don't know about you. That, and it probably helps that, like all my healer experience, I had a holy priest, I had a holy paladin on World of Warcraft. I have the classes that are just exemplary in pure healing. Well, I guess technically a discipline priest was more about shooting like a scholar, but I never was a discipline priest. I was a holy priest. Thank you very much. But yeah, things like that. Summoner's probably off the table as well. I would like to try Black Mage one day, but on that note, like, I guess the point of having a Black Mage if I'm gonna have a White Mage is Swift Cast, so you know, plans in the future. So whenever I get bored one day and go, what should I do? I could level up a whatever the heck. Because I use MMORPGs as kind of a time sink. Something that gives me something to do, while, you know, giving me that feel of I accomplished something today. Even if it was a virtual accomplishment, I accomplished something. Okay, I just saved you 3 minutes of watching me dance for practically everybody in this little hamlet. So, before somebody goes, what? Look, I just went like every other person on this thing and / danced. And you have to wait the entire dance duration every time. So that's kind of annoying. I'll admit that. I like MMORPGs and I like reading, but I don't like doing stupid crap like that. But the plus side is, you just know everybody else has done it, so you don't... You know, if somebody comes up and says, hey, you look stupid, then you know, well, you can just go, well, I'm sure you did this at one point too. Or if they're a new player, you're just gonna go, hey, you'll get to do this one day too. Nobody's ever... Well, probably never gonna do that. I don't want to say nobody ever will do that in MMORPG. People can be jerks, but most of the time people are quiet or, you know, kind of, what's the word? Civil, that's the word. But yeah, getting back onto something resembling Final Fantasy XIV and not social behaviors and social norms and values. Now, I believe... Oh crap, I remember this taking like hours and hours and hours to finally get this thing. I'm gonna have to like at some point cut forward. But I mean, this is all part of the main storyline. If you see that little comment thing around on the right that says Forest Friend, that's a main story quest. So all this stuff is required to even get to the expansion if you buy Heaven's Word. So you're gonna get the chance to work on your rotation, and if you never work on your rotation, well, it's no fault of the games, because they give you plenty of opportunity to do it, so get optimizing, kids. Or not. I guess that's your choice, but personally I see no reason not to. It gives me something to aspire to when I'm sitting here grinding level 20 mobs. Even if I don't have all the tools available to actually optimize at this point. One day when I get the tools, I don't want to be left in the dark. Or something. I don't know. My point here is, you know, it's a bit of a grind. But that's what MMORPGs are. If you go into an MMORPG expecting, or not expecting to have a grind, you either have no concept of the genre, or you're delusional, and I'm gonna hope the first one, not the second one. So, you know, that's just something to get used to. But as far as jobs go, I've already went over what I'm planning on doing, so I guess the reasons why I want to melee and range DPS is because I'd like to be able to see a fight from all angles. I like being up in the action, which is where my pugilist monk will come in. I like being able to sit back, but still have some responsibilities to my team, like a bard would. I also would like to one day have a healer. Though, whenever I finally find a free company, I will be having a healer and a tank. Because if I know the people I'm with in the dungeon with, I'll tank for you. If I don't know anybody in the dungeon, like a pickup group, yeah, I'm not doing that. I don't care how much you need a tank in your duty roulette, I'm not tanking for random people. Because I pick-up grouped enough in previous MMORPGs as a tank. I've learned that everything is the tank's fault. And I don't do well with that. Look, if I make a mistake, I'll own up to it. I'm not going to argue that, but... You know, when the tank doesn't even get healed in a pull and you blame the tank, it kind of pisses all of us off. So, that can only happen so many times before you just go, yeah, I'm not doing this with random people again. As the saying goes, one rotten apple spoils the whole bunch. Yeah, something like that. So blame everybody else that's stupid, folks. Because they're the one, that's why we can't have nice things. Okay, that's why tanks like me don't go into Duty Finder. Unless we have at least one other person in there with us. So be nicer to your tanks, unless they are just belligerent, and then I guess you just kind of, I'd probably just leave the group. I try not to argue with people, generally speaking. I usually just go, okay, bye. If I notice the group's not going anywhere, or I'll just silently leave like a jerk. Because look, I'm not gonna waste 40 more minutes in there wiping when I could just take the 30-minute thing. But that's only if the group is just like, there is no hope for this group ever. because everybody is sitting in AoEs, or someone is just not grasping whatever mechanic it is. I don't abandon group very quickly, but the times that I do, it is a completely lost cause. I've never had to do it so far in Final Fantasy XIV. To the game's credit, the community at least seems borderline competent. Maybe not all of them, but what gaming community is where everybody is competent? Not very many. So, I mean, it's just the nature of the game. You're gonna run into people that are way better than you. You're gonna run into people that are more casual, that don't really have the time to put into optimizing their rotations. It's just gonna happen. Best thing you can do is just try and, just deal with it as best you can, without annoying anybody or making anybody feel bad. Okay, we're just gonna skip ahead to the end of this, because I remember I had to run all over the place just finding these stupid bushes and stuff like that. So we're just gonna skip to the end of this quest, because this is gonna take forever if I don't skip any quests. So you can see what the quest is like. Go kill stuff, go pick up stuff, you get it. I guess at this point, I might as well, after, I turn this in, I'll skip forward to whenever I finally get to a fate, because that's one thing I've not really gone into, is fates in Final Fantasy XIV. Fates are something that if you see a level-appropriate fate near you, you should really probably try and go over there and do it. If nothing else, just because it breaks up the monotony. Questing is great and all, but sometimes you just... I don't know, there's something satisfying about fates. You kill all these enemies, or collect, or do whatever the fate tells you to do, and then all of a sudden that dun-dun-dun-dun-dun-dun-dun, and that little, big numbers come up, and you usually see a level up. At least in the lower levels. It's just satisfying, I don't know. But yeah, this is the way questing usually works. It's, not really exciting. I can't really make it, oh my god, look at all this hand in action, no, you can't do that. Okay, so after, I think I just skipped an hour and a half, but I was not only doing whatever. But this is a fate. This is a boss fate. This is not what you normally will be trying to solo. But this is one of those unspoken, he sees me, he sees I'm interested in doing it, and he's like, well screw it, I got a chocobo that can heal me, I'll just tank it. So fates are something that usually you'll do in a group, but you can do them solo. You just usually can't do these big bosses. Well, not big bosses, but these boss type encounters usually until you have, I'm guessing, like a chocobo, like a healer chocobo. But I mean, if you see someone else there, usually you two can pull it off. Well, at least in this case, with old Karkanos there, or whatever its name is. But stuff like this, fates, they come in two varieties that I know of so far. They come in this variety, the boss type variety, and they come in the gauntlet type variety, meaning, just wave after wave after wave of enemies. And I've seen some where you have to kill a bunch. I've seen some where you have to collect things. I've seen some where you have to defend boxes. Yeah, there's a number of different ones. I've only seen probably a very small number, so. Don't take everything I say as that's all there is. No, that's not it, but... if you see a fate, it's usually a good idea to do so, because as you'll see here in shortly, the rewards for doing so in the low-level fates, maybe some people wouldn't say are worth it, but as you get higher and higher, they are. Did I call it with the level up, or did I call it? It seems like every time I do a fate, it's da-na-na-na-na-na-na-na, level up. I think that's just, good timing, or it just makes me really love fates. I don't know. Well, for those curious out there, I'll also give you a gauntlet type, so you can actually see what that's like as well. I know this is actually further back, but while I was editing, I kind of just I didn't know where all my fates were. It's not like I make a mental note of where all my fates are, so yeah, I went back in time. Archer 2 OP. So, yeah, gauntlets are basically what they sound like. It's just a big gauntlet. Don't die. And it actually is really fun. I love the gauntlet types. I love them even more when I'm on my monk, because on a monk or a pugilist, it makes keeping your grease lightning stacks up so much easier when everything's running towards you as opposed to running away from you. Well, I mean, the boss things are also really good as a monk, but I mean, I guess the archer's alright in gauntlet type fates. I mean, I can't imagine a class that's just bad in fates. Every class has its uses, so you just use your class to the fullest extent, and if you know what you're doing, you usually won't die during fates. If you do die during fates, well, maybe you shouldn't aggro so many things, and no, I don't want to do that. A good thing to do is, if you notice I'm taking an awful lot of damage, or I've aggroed 3 things out of nowhere, just run. Okay, it might look a little bit, why is that guy running away? but it's better than, why didn't that guy die? I mean, I'd rather be known as that coward that's ran away from a fate because I aggroed 4 things, which I've been that guy many times, over the guy that just dies in a level 20 fate. But that's just me. Your mileage may vary, and this is one of those instances of, oh, thank you for joining us, Sharp Eye. I did not know you were up there. Happy to see you again, too. But it's gonna happen during fates. You're gonna probably get mobbed if it's a gauntlet type. So it just teaches you to deal with AoE situations and oh crap situations. I know what you're thinking, Barak. Barak's gonna die, man. He's got 2 things on him. No, this nice person saved my behind. This nice paladin, gladiator, wherever they are. They're either paladin or gladiator, I can't tell, but they were nice enough to help me. So, you know, good on you, Final Fantasy XIV community. You saved my behind. And I realize I'm gonna aggro that guy if I don't move. Now, usually, if there's a lot of people in your area, there is a percentage of fates that if you get like however much of it done, you get full credit. I really wish I knew what that percentage was, because I guess it could be considered kind of rude if you just like stay in the fate the whole time, and because you did so much of the progress, someone else didn't get their full credit. If anybody knows what percentage of the fate you need to get done, I would be very thankful, because I don't want to just, you know, hog the whole fate's XP if grinding the mobs like this is just not worth it, and someone else could use that experience. So, I guess I should probably look that up, but who has the time anymore? Especially when you're trying to make videos. Every time, level up. Every time. I don't know, man, it's just my luck. I love my luck in fates. Okay, so we've seen fates, we've seen questing. Now, this is one of those quests that in other MMORPGs you'd go, I don't think I'm high enough level yet. This is for the record, the level 25 Pugilist quest. 25! That's a level 29 mob over there. That's something I don't want to mess with. So here, Uncle Barak's going to show you how to do stealth in Final Fantasy XIV. The collective oh god just rang, I know. But this is how you do stealth in Final Fantasy XIV. I'll even show you how to go back the right way for the monks out there who just go, how do I get past this without over-leveling it? I'm showing you. Now the key is line of sight. Can the thing even show you? Can the thing even see you? Yes, he can. Well, now he can. He turned around. And then you gotta be creative. You gotta look for the gaps between what you're looking for. And you can't just run right near, because they can and will daze you, or I think heavy you, or whatever it is. And there you go. I still have to do one more, and I'll show you how to do that as well. I think I screwed up on the next one, though. But the whole thing is, go in, put your training dummies down in extremely dangerous locations without dying. Now, if I was doing this on my own, which I did, I strongly considered just going, I'll screw it, I'll come back in 2 levels. But I didn't do it. I had to prove to myself, you could do this, Barak. Don't give up. Don't give up. And yes, the reason I'm doing this is because I realized, why did I not record? Like, I recorded this daredevil stealth intrusion, and I didn't even record the darn thing. So this is how you get through it as a pugilist. Now, getting the third one, or the last one, there's 4, getting the last one is a lot harder than this one. This one, you just want to hide behind things if they're facing towards you. Or you can... Well, I'm trying something new here. I'm not sure if this... I wasn't sure if this would even work, because I didn't know how to get to the last one. The last one's the hardest one, like, that's like the art... Okay, Satan, enough game design for you for today. But, you know, you can do it. You just gotta be persistent and inventive. Because I don't think you're supposed to be walking on the walls like this. But what do I know? I'm just a gamer. Yeah, you're supposed to go in there! In there! We got Sam Fisher here, also known as Barak. Now you're thinking, how the hell are you even gonna get through this? There's like 4 of them in there. You can do it. You can do it. Make no mention of the fact that they can't hear a chocobo running right next to them. That is irrelevant. Of course, it didn't help that I didn't know where the thing was. I think it's upstairs. And if I actually had the patience for him to turn around, this would not have went as badly as it did. This is where I screwed up rather badly. Because you're supposed to wait for him to turn around, walk down that little hallway, and then go up the ramp. I just said screw it. Maybe he won't see me. Aw shit, he saw me. So, fighting something higher level than you in Final Fantasy XIV, if you have a lot of accuracy, it doesn't suck nearly that bad. But if you don't have accuracy on your gear, oh god, good luck, son. Because if you're a pugilist, missing is horrible. Missing means you have to redo the move after 2.5 more seconds, which is 2.5 more seconds your Grease Lightning's probably going to fall off because of it. And you take a hell of a lot more damage. I mean, normal fights do not take away half my health, normally. So here, you can do this stealthy. I just screwed up really badly up here. But you can do this stealthy. All you have to do is, I don't think that Corporal Brigade guy turns around. I tried to do it too far away. And apparently he does turn around. But I don't want to face two of them at once. That would kill me. But I mean, you just have to be careful doing higher level quests. Because I don't think this is I think this is the way they wanted you to do it, but they were trying to teach you to use Featherfoot, or Featherfoot, I don't remember. They're trying to teach you to use your defensive cooldowns, like Second Wind, Featherfoot, to try and get out of bad situations like this. So I guess me screwing up is kind of what the game wanted me to do, so I could basically brute force it and not do what the game told me to do. Because I'm not using Feather Step. Whoopsie. You can't tell me what to do, game. So yeah. Before that guy turns around, we're just going to sneak over, put this in, and that's it. I guess I'll show the single-player instance or whatever. I'm surprised he didn't see me there. I guess I'll show... I think I actually... Did I teleport out? I think I teleported out because I'm like, I'm not trying to get all that crap. Get past all that crap again. So, yeah, I mean, some quests are going to send you to places you don't think you should really be yet. How inventive are you, sir? Or madam, can you get through it? I think you can. That was just one example of that. Final Fantasy XIV will throw some somewhat challenging quests your way. It's up to you to figure out how to get it done. There's always a way to get it done, you just gotta figure it out. And yes, this is the Pugilist level 25 quest. It's not exactly difficult as I remember it. It's more so just annoying, but I guess that same could be said for some of the single-player instances like this, or duties, or whatever they are. You want to know this duty in a nutshell? Basically kill everything that's not the main other Lalafell over there. Let the two Lalafells just duke it out. I mean, it's hilarious. The image is hilarious, but that's what you're doing. You're basically just letting them duke it out. And trusting in your comrade to beat the evil, whatever the hell his name is. Well, actually, he's not really evil, but now I'm not getting into the story. I don't want to ruin the Pugilist storyline for future Pugilists. Of course, if you'll notice, he's level 40. It's amazing that I'm actually hitting anything at all, because I shouldn't be. So yes, you're probably going to get... If you don't ration your defensive cooldowns here, that can be troublesome. I think that was a really bad thing there I actually got hit with. I don't remember if No, I didn't have Featherfoot or Second Wind, so I guess I was just either paralyzed or just had a bout of stupid there. I stood in an AoE, but... The good thing about these instances are, usually, as long as your health doesn't just drop like a rock, usually the AI will be able to keep you alive with heals. So, your priority is just don't take way too much damage way too quickly so the AI can't even heal you. And the AI will start healing you around like 200 HP, something like that. So, like I said, unless your health just skydives, you should be fine during these. At least during this particular quest. I mean, it's not like I'm doing this particularly, flawlessly or anything. It's just what it is. I guess I should have used Featherfoot, but I tried and wasn't off cooldown. It's hard for me to tell what's on cooldown, what's off cooldown sometimes. I don't know, but I guess I should probably get used to that and get used to the way the buffs and debuffs look. Because I really should have been using Featherfoot here, but after Bastet is dead, after Bastet-chan's dead, that was from Smite. Why did I just make a Smite joke? After that thing's dead, it's basically just swing away at this guy, because you're probably not going to hit anything. It's a miracle I'm actually hitting what I am. But hey, Chichudo! Apparently stronger than this dude. So that's good, right? Yeah, lore. We all like lore. Well, I like lore. Well, she's at least level 30. I saw she had Demolish. I want Demolish. I really want Demolish. I like dots. So yeah, that's probably going to be it for today, guys. I know I skipped around a lot. I didn't show all of the quest chains, but I don't really feel like I should have to do all the quest chains on camera because, you know, it's just quests. I like quests, but a lot of people, I can't imagine, would want to watch quests, so... You know, it's just one of those things of, I would like to do all that, but it would take so much time to do that, and I can't imagine very many people would watch it in the first place, so I'm not going to do it. So, yes, this is just a vague, this is what it's like to unlock the next thing. You do have to do a lot of quest chains to unlock the next dungeon. So the next time will probably be Toto, Into the Beast's Maw. And from what I understand, that is quite a long dungeon. So, you might want to get yourself a nice cup of coffee right before that starts next week. So, yeah, thank you guys very much for watching. Hopefully I shall see you guys next time. And I'm going to go do some fates. So, farewell everyone, until next time.